Hi, I'm Subu, bringing crafting to you. Today I'm going to show you how to make a child's wallet that has got chocolate, crayons and colouring cards in. Okay, so to begin with, we're going to make the box that will fit the wax crayons in. So you need a piece of card that is 7 by 5¼ You're going to score at 3/8 and 3/4. Okay, this is on the short side. Rotate 180 degrees and score again at 3/8 and 3/4. Okay, then turn on to the 7-inch side and you're going to score it at 3 3 3/8 6 3/8 and 6 3/4. Okay, so burnish your score lines. Okay, so burnish all your score lines. Okay, so there's my bone folder. So let's crease these down. Okay, now we're going to use our scissors to cut. Okay, so on your 2 score lines that are in the centre, I want you to cut directly up your score lines on both, and then cut off the top square. Repeat on this one, so you're going to cut up your score lines and cut off your top square. Rotate round and repeat that, so you're going to cut up your score lines and cut off your square, and again, so you're cutting up both squares, so you're cutting up your score line and cut off your square. Right, now on this end bit I want you to wedge so that you cut off, don't only the top bit, so you're wedging just the top bit and on here as well. Okay, so that you've got that shape so far. So when we fold this round, we want this part here to be the tuck down. So we're going to remove, let's just make sure I've got that right. We are going to put that down, so that's going to be the tuck down. Let me just check on my previous box if that's the way I want it. So I did the tuck down, so that's tucked down So I want that to tuck down. Yeah, that's tucked down. So I need to remove, so where your wedge side is, so if you have the wedge side to your left, you want to remove all of this panel. So if you just tuck in, and you're going to remove these end two ones. So make sure you don't cut off your tab. So repeat to the other side. So just move your tab out of the way and cut down your score line till you get to your tab. Do not cut your tab. Okay, there we go. So that's going to fold like that. That's right. Now these two ends, what we're going to do is we're going to corner round these two ends. So I'm going to get my trio punch and I'm going to open it up again, and I'm going to round my, oh, I've done a funny pattern, I've done it the wrong one. So we'll have a funny pattern on that one, and tuck these two in before you corner round on that one, and then we want to corner round on the bottom two as well, and so we can open that up to corner round there. Okay, so that's not going to harm it what I've done there. So what we're going to do now is just slightly and very slightly wedge these two. So we're hardly going to take anything off them, but we're just going to wedge just very, very slightly the tabs. So on each of your tabs, just wedge them. Turn it round and complete on the other side. There we go. Okay. So now we should be having a box like that. So we're going to get our tape. You could use Terran tape. I'm using my really strong one when I find it. What's I done with it? I've got everything everywhere because it's taken me all afternoon to design this. So I did have my tape with me, and now I seem to have misplaced it. So out of this one, what have I done with it? Have I knocked it on the floor anywhere? It appears I can't find my Terran tape. It's around here somewhere, but I've lost it for the moment, so I'm going to use glue then. So it's one of those days where I can't find anything because I'm in a bit of a mess. Right, okay, so I'm just going to glue this one. This will be fine. So glue straight down. As I say, it would have been better with my glue because it will glue faster for me. Just make sure that you have lined up your score lines. There we go. And then I'm just going to tuck my bone folder in there to really adhere it there. Oh. It's much better on camera with the tape. And then all you've got to do is just close up your tabs. Oh, before I meant to do that, I meant to put a finger hold in. Okay, it's not going to let me now. I've just done that, haven't I? Oh, I'm just going to get that undone. I forgot to do that. I'm just going to get in the middle, just going to do a slight finger hole on either side. I forgot. So do that and then stick my box back down. Okay, just gonna put in there. Okay, and then we can put our tabs down. And then inside that, you will fit 9 wax crayons. Okay, so let's put a mixture of crayons in. I've got blue, that's a different red, it's a different red, that's a pinky colour, and that's a green colour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll fit one more in. Shall I do a different grey? I'll do a different green. Okay, so it will fit 9 in, and then just close it up, and there is your box. So I'm going to go on to this one that I've done earlier that's already got my ones in, and then a piece of DSP to go on the top. So the pencil box DSP measures 3 3/8 by 2 7/8. So I've just got a piece of dinosaur paper. There we go, to go on top. This has become available again in the clearance, so you can get this in the clearance. Oh. Hi Valerie, how are you? Are you all right? Now let's make sure. I'm going to put it on my finger hold one. So just, there we go. So we'll just set that on one side for the moment. And then you want a piece of cardstock. So this started off at a 12, you'll need a 12-inch sheet to do this. And this measures 4.5 by 11 7/8. And you're going to score this at 3.5, 4.5, then at 7 3/4, and 8.5, and that's all the scoring. Okay, and then we're going to put DSP, so burnish your score lines. Okay, and then the DSP. So we're going to get the DSP. So the first piece that we're going to put on is 4 3/8 by 3 3/8. So that's the first piece we're going to put on. Now the outside will be exactly the same as the inside, so I haven't yet cut any of my DSP for the outside. I've just done the inside. Okay, and this one is 4 3/8 by 7/8. So just make sure you've got even increments all the way round. Okay, and the next piece is 4 3/8 by no, that's not that piece. Okay, let's get that piece. That's it. So just let's make sure that I've got them the right way round. No, I haven't. That was the right way round. Okay. It's hard for me to see in this light. So this one is 4 3/8 by, I'll just have to check this one, I've not got this down properly, by 3 1/8. So 3 1/8, I haven't got that down. 3 1/8. So 4 3/8 by 3 1/8. Okay, so that's going to go on this section here. Okay. And then this one is 4 3/8 by 5/8. Now mine might be a little bit shorter than that because I just decided to use my scrap up, but I've given you the correct measurements that it should be, or it might be right. And then the last piece is 4 3/8 by 3 1/4. Right. Okay, so just put those there. Right, now what you'll need to do is you will need to cut yourself some rectangles. Now I've cut these out with the largest die from the Stitch So Sweetly, and really they measure roughly just under 3 inches by about 4 1/8. So I've cut 10 of these, and I'm going to print on these all different things that I've got. So all different animals I'm planning to print, and I'm going to actually put a number. So I'm going to put 1, and then I might have 1 polar bear. Then I'm going to put the number 2, and I'm going to find 2 animals they'll fit on. So I'm hoping to be able to do that up to 10. I'm not going to do that in this video because it's going to make it super long. So I will take the photographs and show those after. So, so you'll need 10 of those cut, and you will then need to make a little cover to put them in, and a little flap for the top. So the flap for the top is 3 inches by 2 1/4, and you're going to score that at on the long edge. You're going to score that at 3/8 and 3/4, and just fold those. Then you're going to get a piece of DSP, and the DSP measures I've not wrote this one down. No, I haven't. So this one measures 2 7/8 by 1 3/8 for the flap. So we're just going to put that DSP for the flap. I think this is quite pretty, the dinosaur paper. Could be either sex. And then we're going to make the bit now for the cards, the colouring cards to fit in. So you'll need a piece of card that measures 4 5/8 by 3 1/4, and all you do is score. You're going to score that at 1/2 inch and 3/4 on the 3 sides. So make sure you leave one of the longer sides without any score lines. So you're going to burnish and score those so that it will make a pocket. Okay, but before we stick that down, we'll stick our DSP on, and our DSP for that pocket is 3 inches by 2 3/8. So we're going to stick that on the pocket. So all you do is, once you've done that, you'll have 4 squares, and you're going to cut out those 4 squares. Then line up your DSP. Okay, so I really could do, oh, I found my tape, so I'm so happy now. Right, so don't forget, you're going to put this by the fold. So put your red tape by the fold and press it down. Do the same by the fold on the one that's 1/2 inch tab. So not on this section here. So you're missing one, and then putting it on the fold down below. Okay. So you will have scored, and you'll have cut these 4 out, then burnish, then put them on the tabs. Then peel off your tabs, top one, and then put some glue on the bottom part, not on your tape. Don't put it on your tape, put it on the bottom part. So I just got a little bit there. Okay. Okay, so what you're going to do is fold it so that it makes the actual box part first. So if you fold it, try and keep it square. Just pop your bone folder in to make that square. You've got glue all on that now. And then on the M1, so to your right hand side, you're going to put this right down at the bottom where the DSP is, leaving an even increment there. Then just pop in your bone folder to do up the size. Then pop in your cards ready. Pop that in at the top. Okay, there we go. And then just put a bit of your tear and tape at the top of the flap. Just where the fold line is. And this is just so it's going to hold your pages, your colouring paper in that place. You could find a small colouring book, that would be something else you could do. So I'm just going to fold that round. Now I'm just going to lift up my cards, and just where my cards are, I'm just, sorry, can you see this? So what I've done is I've just lifted my cards up, tuck that underneath, I'm not sticking it down, and then get it in the right position and just press down, lift up, and then press it down underneath. And then that will be just a flap, so that when your wallet is folded, then they are not going to come out. So the treat, we're going to have a treat in the middle. So I've got some buttons. So again, let's see if we've got, I put which one was it? Can't see. Ah, there's the chocolate one. So the chocolate one, it measures 4 3/8 by 3 5/8, and you're going to score that at 1/4, and then let me double check that is, yeah, 1/4, and then you're going to score that at 5/8, and you're going to do that on 3 sides. Then all you'll do is fold on your score lines. So I'll show you how to do this one so you can see, and this is the same way that the paper pocket was done. So this is how you start it. So you've just got it scored on all 3 sides, but leave your longer side on this case. Yes, it is the longest side. You're just going to make sure that you leave that top space. Now, before I do anything else, I'm just going to punch a small finger hole. So a very small one. Make sure it's about in the middle, and it's not going to be very big. It's just going to be a little finger hole. Okay, and then what we do is these 4 squares, well, they're square and rectangles, they are actually together, but these 4 in the corner we're just going to cut out. Okay, and same with the opposite side, just these 4. So that's 1 2 3 4. We're going to cut those out just straight at the score line. Okay, then we've got a piece of DSP to put on there. That's it. Is that one? No, that's the wrong piece of DSP. That's for something else. Is that my... Oh, that is the chocolate one, isn't it? It did say it was the chocolate one, but I'm debating that was the chocolate one now. I'm just going to double check whether that's the crayon one. Oh, that appears to be the crayon one, not the chocolate one by the looks of things. So that's big enough for that. Yes, so sorry, that's the crayon one, not the chocolate one that I've got there. So the chocolate one, so we'll do the chocolate one. The chocolate one, so that was the crayon one. I've not put it together, I'll put it together in a minute. Right, so the chocolate one measures 4 5/8 by 3 1/4, and you're going to score this one at 1/4 and 3/4 on 3 of the sides. Cut out just like I've showed you so that it will fit round like that. We are again going to put a finger hole in the top, so I'm just going to put that halfway. That's it. Just, I think I'll do a little bit more than that. So get that. So we've got a finger hole in the top. Okay, my scoring weights fell on the floor, so let's just bring that up. Okay, so the DSP for this, that's right, that's the DSP one. So this DSP is 3 inches by 2 3/8. Okay, and we're going to cut out the finger hole again in a minute when we've put this on it. So we've done part of the finger hole, got it in position. We're going to just put this on, even increments all the way round. I've got any glue there, and then I'm just going to go back in right on the top, looking at the other side, get it in position. I'm just going to cut off that, didn't quite get it all, so I'm just going to go back in. What have I done? I'll do a bit deeper one, I think. Yep, and that'll get to there. So we've got a nice finger hole there. So again, what we're going to do on the outside edges, not on these bits, we're going to go on the outside bits, and we're going to put our tape right up against the fold again. And that's right against the fold, and then here we've got right against the fold. Okay, thank you, Valerie. Okay, and this one here, there we go. So we'll take out the this tape. Just make sure you burnish it down, and then you don't get any trouble lifting it off like I am just there. So come on, it's not wanting to come off because I haven't got my pokey tool out today. There we go, that's one off, two off, three off. So I'm just going to get it in that square position again. So just going to make sure that I've got a nice right angle before I stick them together. Just push that up underneath, and the same again on this side. Just make sure you've got a nice right angle, push it together. Then I'm going to pop this in the middle, down at the bottom, but in the middle of my score lines. I'm just going to burnish this down, and then that will tuck my chocolate buttons in. Okay, or was it? Hope that was not the. I think that seems to be all right. Okay, so there's my chocolates in. Now, where's my last piece of DSP? Should have another DSP bit about. Is that it? It's not my day today. Okay. Just going to see if it's fell anywhere. Okay. So, just check that that's the same one. Yeah, that looks like, yeah, that's correct. Okay, so now for the one that sticks the pencils in. So just in case I didn't give you the measurement, this was 4 3/8 by 3 5/8. And again, this is scored at 1/4 and then 5/8 on 3 sides. You cut out the 4, ready, and then we're just going to pop the DSP on, and the DSP is 3 inches by 2 7/8. So we're just going to pop this on. So put it in the middle. Okay, and then we'll just do, oops, what happened there? That's it. Okay, just rub off my glue, just make sure that's secure now, and I'm going to put a bit deeper finger hole on this one. So there's my finger hole. Now I'm going to go back and do exactly the same. So on the outside edge, I'm going to put this tear, well, it's not tear and tape, sorry, it's my red permanent strong adhesive tape. So there we go, that one. and then the end one. Okay, so the very end one. Okay, so just burnish those down again. Do exactly the same as before. So peel those off. Okay, I'm going to get those again at a right angle. Pull it, just come on, stick together. There we go, and again underneath, right angle. So because it's so strong, it actually will rip your card, so it has done there. So just put a little bit of glue on that bit. I'm then going to position this at the bottom again in the middle, and then press that down. Okay, and then pop in your crayons. I wonder if that's the crayon one. Might have got these the wrong way round. It should go in. No, perhaps that is the right one then. Yeah, it should fit in there. Okay, so they will fit in there. And then you've got your chocolate buttons in there. So your crayons are in there, your chocolate buttons in there, and then that's going to have my printing on, which I'll show you one. And then that wraps up like that. I'm going to put DSP on the outside, and I will put some ribbon to tie it with. So I will just put a little bit of the tape just in the middle here and cut that and pop this on. So I'll leave quite a bit to tie with, and then pop that on there, ready, and then wind that round roughly where the middle is. I'm going to put another little bit roughly there, and then take off the back, and then just make sure that's going to fit over, and then that's ready to tie. Okay, before I tie it, I will want to put some DSP on my covers. So what have I got left? Oh, shall I put some eggs on? Let's see what the egg one will look like. So the outside is going to be the same as the inside. So the first piece we needed was 4 3/8 by 3 3/8. So let's see if that's long enough. 3, 4 3/8. Yes, it is. So I'm going to do 3 3/8. So 3 3/8. Does that look as though, oh, that's directional, I'll have to do it this way. Both my blades have fell out, would you believe that? So yes, both my blades have fell out. There's my what do you call it, blade? Oh, it's over here. Right, so 3 and so it's 4 3/8 is the biggest measurement, which is the length, and then this one is 3 3/8. So I'm going to do, yeah, 4 3/8. So I want 4 3/8. 4 3/8. I'm going to do 4 3/8 by 3 3/8. So I'm going to do that one. So that will go on there like that. Okay, just going to make sure that it's that one. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the back. There we go. That's the first one. And then the second one will be 4 3/8 by 7/8. I'll just put that. And then that one will be on there. So just put that around there. Okay. And then we will want 4 3/8 by, let's do that, 4 and I have to think which way I want it. So 4 7/8. Am I going to have enough of this paper? That's going to be my problem. Let's see what other bits I've got to see whether I've got, yes, I've got a bit that will fit there. So 4 3/8, so 4 3/8, and then that one was by 5/8, so 5/8. So that's going to fit on there for me. So put that, oops, there we go. Okay. So now we want the 4 3/8 again. 4 3/8, and that is going to be, so that one will have to be a different way, I think. So 4 3/8 by 3 1/4. So let's do 3 1/4, and let's see if that one fit there. Yep, so that one will fit on the front there. So that's going to fit on the front there. Okay, and then this one, 4 3/8 by, I think this is 3 1/8. So just double check again. Yeah, 3 1/8. 3 1/8, and this will fit on the very back. So there we go. Okay, so let's turn that round. So this is how it fits together, and then oh, let's slide that out. Just realised that that doesn't go all the way round there. because that needs to go on there and that needs to tie there. So I just need to make sure that that's down there. Give myself a long enough piece, and then that will go on there, and then that will tie there. So you can then personalise the front, but I'll show you what I mean by this now. So I'm just going to do the first one so you get an idea. So this is going to be a colouring. So I'm going to get my stamping apparatus. I'm going to do my big bear first. So here we go. So the idea is that I'll get my family party as well. Family party. Okay. So I want a number 1. And I want my bear. Okay, so my bear's going to fit on there. All right, so I'm going to peel off. And remember, this is for them to colour, so you don't colour it. It's for the child to colour. So I'm going to get my bear in place. And I'm just going to make sure that I can get my number. My number is a photopolymer, so and my bear is a rubber. So I've got it on my rubber one, so I'm going to pull that up, and then I've got a black. So I'm just going to get my black. Just going to ink this up. There we go. And I've done it particularly on a stamping platform, because if it doesn't stamp very well, you can go back over and stamp it again. So that I know my black is running out. So okay, just one more go, I think. Okay, let's see if that will do that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So that is that side, and then I'm going to turn it round the other side, and my one I'm going to put in the corner for one polar bear. So let's put that there. Make sure my one is straight. Pick up my one. I'm not going to go all the way over and mess up my platform. So just push it there. Just re-black it. There we go. So that is my one polar bear. So take my polar bear off. I'd take my one off, and I would remove this one, and then we go on to the next one. So now I want two somethings. So there is a deer. Now, whether we'll get two reindeer, would we get two reindeer? No, the reindeer is too big, so you could use that as a one again. But I've got a little bear. It looks as though I haven't done my bear at all. So what I will do is get a number 2, and I'm going to put my bear on. So decide where I want my bear. So my bear's a rubber stamp, so I'm going to turn it back to my rubber, and my bear's that way. So I'm going to have a look, see if my bear will be all right there, and then I can perhaps do one there. Or shall I do him over there and there? I'm going to do him about there, but I need to see where the number 2 is going to fit. So I need to put my number 2 on, even though I'm not stamping it yet. I need to position my number 2 in the corner. So stamping my number 2. So I'm actually going to stamp my number 2, I think, first. I'll make sure that's in the corner. Pick up my 2 and wrong way round. Print my number 2. Just block it a little bit more. And there you've got number 2. And then we're going to look for the polar bear now. So I'm going to turn him round. And he's going to touch there. So I'm going to put him probably there now. So put him there. Pick him up. Ink him up. Put him down. Ink him up again, put him down. I'm happy with that. And then I will now need to put my bear closer down. Now my problem is that I need to clean, because if I put this down now on top of my without cleaning it, it's going to mess my paper up. So I like to use a stamping mist on my rubber stamps because I want them to stay conditioned. So I'm just going to pop his thing back on him. Got him the right way, and I'm just going to rub my bear on my stamping scrub to clean up my rubber. And then just dry it off. There we go. And now he's nice and clean, look. And so I can position him back on without worrying about my stamping apparatus getting a mess and my thing getting a mess. So stamp him up again. And he's going to go down. Stamp him up again. He's going to go down. Pump him up again. There we go. Happy with that. So that's number 2. So you're just going to carry on with whatever you have got in animals. So I've got lots of different sets that's got lots of different animals in. So I've got zebras and tigers and bears and rabbits and birds. So I will show you when I finish, but you get the idea now of what I'm aiming at. So just let me pop this over here out of my way. So that would be 1, got 2. So these are the colouring cards, but counting as well at the same time. So they just then would fit in your card like that. Wrap it over. Close it that way, put a nice little bow on it like that. You could personalise it with the child's name on the front, which I am going to do. So when I have completed it, I will take pictures of it and you'll be able to see it on my business page, the finished item. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Valerie, for supporting me once again. Appreciate that. Do share so that other people might like to craft along with me. Even if you can't get Stampin' Up products, you might be able to get other products to make the same thing. So thank you very much. Bye.